members, shout out to my Patreon. Y'all are the real MVPs. I'm going to be trying to do some special things for y'all in this new year because y'all have definitely been riding with me. If you would like to join my Patreon, it's very simple. All you have to do is go to www.patreon.com/bstokestyling and make your pledge. $5, $10, or $25. Currently, I'm trying to get to 20 Patreons, you guys, so make sure you help me reach my goal by clicking the link down in my description box and joining my Patreon. You do not want to miss out on the early access to my videos. Hey you guys, we will be getting started very shortly, so please take this time to like the video as you come in and to share this video out with your community because we got some stuff we got to talk about. Don't forget to order your custom Be Stokes styling merch. That's right, we have merch. Just click the link down below in the description box and order your Be Stokes styling merch today. Hey, welcome back to the channel. First things first, y'all, let me know if you can hear me down in the comment section. Let me hear it on my end. Yes, I can hear. So I'm back, you guys, for another week of reviews. Today's live, we're going to be talking about Perry Sistas as well as BET presents the Encore. I decided to go ahead and put these two videos together because Sistas was dry. Sistas was so dry this week. Let me put my glasses on so I can see y'all. I try to come on and be kind of cute and try to put a little bit of makeup on. I tried a new palette, a Natasha Denona palette, and to be honest with you, I really dislike it. It's ashy AF. But you can get my full thoughts on it over on my TikTok if you would like to follow me on TikTok. It's Be Stokes Styling everywhere. But anyway, so we're going to be talking about Perry Sistas and BET presents the Encore. One show really gave, the other show really did not. So let's just go ahead and get Sistas out the way because I need to go get my other light. I'm sorry. This is blowing me, but oh well. All right. What happened with sisters, y'all? Okay. It started off, we finally see Andy getting to go into the room to see what happened with Gary. Hi, Nikki Pooh. And Gary's sitting on the bed, no blood, not dead. Apparently, he said that he was paranoid from his ex-wife, Jasmine, so he had been replaced the bullets in the gun with rubber bullets. So although she did shoot him, they were rubber bullets, so they weren't lethal. It just hurt and shocked him and knocked him off of his feet. Tyler Perry, I'm sick of you. I'm sick of you. Okay, I'm sick of you with these stunts and shows. If you are a stunt queen forever, I see. Gary should be dead at this point. Like, I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick of this back and forth with him and her. And so then later on in the episode, he leaves. Now, mind you, this woman just broke into the house. Okay. He's like, well, I need to go get my son and take my son. My son's at Jasmine's sister's house. So I need to go take him to my mother. You ain't been worried about your son since in 3 seasons. Okay. Now all of a sudden you're so worried about where your son is staying that he has to take him over there with your mom. I'm so sick of Gary. This sounds really, really bad, but I really wanted him gone. I'm sorry. I did. And he's like, well, do you want me to go with you? No, don't go with me. Jasmine's sisters are just as crazy as she is. I'll be back. So the next day he comes back, right? She done went somewhere. Where she went to get her hair done, I don't know, because I thought Karen did your hair. Karen went at the salon, but I guess Karen mad at you. I don't know. Let me not read too much into it, because we just have to conveniently say that Andy went to go get her hair done because she got a new little bob or whatever. It was cute though. So Gary comes in with some random man who's a photographer. Now y'all listen up here acting like this woman ain't just broke into the house yesterday, like you ain't just got shot, like everything's all hunky-dory. And he's about as dumb as a box of rocks. And Gary's telling her that he wanted to he talked her up to this photographer so that she could do this photo shoot, even though she's not a model, you know. He thinks that she would be great. She's beautiful. The photographer's like, yes, she would work out great, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you think I can do it? Now, we've had, 8 minutes of this little round of circle conversation. I was so aggravated with sisters by the end of it because the scenes go on entirely too long. Like, they go on too long. But anyway, okay. Long story short, Andy finna do this photo shoot with this random photographer that Gary does set up. Boom. Meanwhile, across town at Karen's house, Pastor's still out there. It's the morning time. Pastor done woke up. He hung over. Y'all remember he had came over to Karen's house, drunk up, trying to get him some. And Karen basically says, she feels like him breaking his sobriety is her fault. He says, no, it's not your fault. I have to have more discipline like you. But I really wanted to be with you. I remember what I said. I think by the end of it, they're deciding to kind of, take a break because he realizes that Karen really loves Zach. He's not just in her head. He's in her heart. They've been together. They've been through their ups and downs. And all he wanted to do was just to prove that, he could love her better than he could. I can love you better than he can. I can love you. Hey. All right. So Karen goes on to work. Pam, the little receptionist or whatever, she's already in there, but she got the door locked. Have we found out that Pam stole the money yet? Because we all know that it was Pam that stole Karen's money, right? Are we still supposed to act like we don't know that? Like, has that still not been revealed yet? Okay. All right. Well, let's act like we don't know that Pam stole the money. So Pam's in there early, probably stealing. Karen comes in questioning her. Pam's like, "Oh, you on one today? Okay, it must be, problems with men's." And so in comes Andy. Now I don't know why Andy decided to stop by because this conversation was so pointless. This conversation was so pointless. There was nothing really being said. We know that Karen is upset with Andy because Andy assistant Fatima is effing Zach, but That ain't Andy's fault. Andy didn't introduce Fatima to Zach. How's she supposed to know? It's Atlanta, honey. Atlanta ain't that big. Trust me, I know. So they have this kind of awkward exchange where they don't know if, like, okay, are we cool? Are we not cool? We good? Are we not good? By the end of it, and he was like, or one of them was like, hey, let's just go out for some drinks at the end of the day or something. But, of course, Andy can't because she has this surprise photo shoot, even though she's not a model. Now she goes to work. Meanwhile, at work, as soon as she gets to work, Andy comes busting through the door with all this attitude and hurrah for Fatima. Like, let me see you in my office right now. Stumping and stuff. Fatima comes in. She's like, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm not that type of woman. I knew nothing about this. I didn't know that, I didn't know this was your friend's ex. I would have never been talking to him if I'd known. And it's like, well, I don't know you to be a liar. So this was the guy that you were talking about. And apparently Fatima is seeing something in Zach that none of the other women are seeing. All of the other sisters are seeing that Zach is just a bum who likes to live off of women. But Fatima says she sees potential. Now, let's not forget, though, that Zach is kind of living off of Fatima. But whatever, I guess she's okay with it as long as he has the potential to be better. Now, will he fulfill this potential? That is yet to be seen. I mean, he has gotten his little bit of ducats from this little rehabilitation project situation, but I don't know. We'll see. What else happened, child? So let's see. We had Danny and Rodeo. They was at the house, chilling, getting ready for work. Then Rodeo finna go visit his mama. Danny's still very much so like cautious of his family because of his crazy brothers and stuff. Sabrina comes by. Danny over there paranoid and trying to hide because she think it's the landlord. It's the first of the month and she ain't got her money right. But Rodeo's taking care of all of that, honey. You got you a man that's gonna pay the bills, okay? Sabrina comes in. She wants to talk about what happened with Jacoby. What is she supposed to do? Like, how does she handle this? How does she handle a one night stand? I'm confusion. Did they have sex? Y'all, like she said, do you know what a mandingo is? I don't know what that is. I am confusion. I thought a mandingo was a black man with a big penis. I didn't know that like that was a sexual act. So if y'all know, maybe y'all can inform me because I don't know what had happened. I don't know. As I was under the assumption that they didn't do the full shebang, the full Monty, but there was some touchings and feelings and things of going on. But anyway, Sabrina, she acts like a preteen who ain't never seen no peen. And so she don't know what to do when she go to work. What she supposed to do? Is she supposed to talk to him? Is she supposed to speak? Is she supposed to ignore him? What's she supposed to do? Danny tells her, honey, you go in there, you go to your office and you work all day and you don't say nothing to him. You're like, he ain't even nothing. He don't even work there. He don't even do nothing. He's invisible. That also means that he must then, whatever y'all did do, he must then do that great at it. Because if he did a decent job at it, the last thing you're going to want to do is ignore him. But that's neither here nor there. Next, we have Maurice he's at the job. And he's up at the job, and the guy, y'all remember the little prostitute guy that slept with his friend back last season in Calvin's room that started all the confusion and stuff. So he come up to the counter. He trying to cash the $5,000 check, but Maurice clocked that Calvin's name is on the check. He's like, "Do you think I'm stupid? You stole my roommate's checkbook." And so while he's trying to sit there, he's like, no, I'm finna call the police on you. You just stole the checkbook. So while he's trying to call the police, Jacoby walks in, so the guy runs out. And so instead of Maurice continuing to, I don't know, contact the police or let Calvin know that his account has been compromised or, I don't know, do something, he goes in to kind of rib Jacoby about spending the night with or spending some time with Sabrina and his mandingo. Okay. Okay. So Sabrina walks in. She speaks Maurice. She kind of walks past Jacoby. She goes into her office. Then what happens? Later on, we find out. I don't know. Later on, Maurice decides to look, and he sees that Calvin's accounts have been emptied because the scammer has already gone to other banks, emptied the accounts. And Maurice say, "Honey, we got to get this figured out because, again, we told y'all it's the first of the month, and rent is due." So he's like, "You got to come up here. You got to talk to Sabrina because she's the only one that can get all of this stuff reversed in one day if you go to another bank." Now, I don't understand. Is Sabrina like the regional manager or something? How come she's the only one that can get it done? How come you can't go to another bank and get it done? But for whatever reason, shout out to Tyler Perry writing, Calvin has to come and get this situation handled at this bank with Sabrina for him to get his money back promptly so that he can pay his rent with Maurice, although Maurice has already messed up by not putting a hold on the account or something, beforehand. What else happened, y'all? Okay, Danny. Okay, so this is pretty much the last thing that happened. So Danny's up at her job. She sees Zach. Zach is out here trying to do his job well, get his tips. And Danny pretty much confronts him about, are you in love with Fatima? He's like, I just met Fatima. I mean, I ain't in love with her, but I like her a lot. Like, she's cool people. She make me feel special or whatever. I like her. But Danny believes that at the end of the day, him and Karen are going to be together. I personally want Zach and Fatima to just go ahead and work out. I think Zach is a better person with Fatima. So, I mean, shoot, Karen was downing him every second of the day anyway. Why you want to keep going back? Why you want to keep going back to somebody that you ain't happy with? And while Danny's at work, Gary calls and invites her and the rest of the girls to this surprise photo shoot. Something's happening. So I'm going to tell y'all what's happening because, see, Tyler Perry is predictable AF, all right? And we done spent the whole hour and got about nothing. How long is this review being? 13 minutes at this point because Tyler Perry talks in circles. I'm going to tell y'all, this is going to be a surprise wedding. Okay, she think it's a photo shoot. She gonna come in there and he gonna tell her that he wants her in a bridal gown and stuff. And Gary gonna decide that this is gonna be a surprise wedding, and he gonna try to marry her right then and there. That's why he want the girls there, and she'd be a damn fool if she went through with it. And the girls are probably gonna be like, I ain't down for this foolishness. Especially if after they find out that his crazy ex-wife just came in the house the night before and almost tried to kill you. How many red flags? Baby, this is 6 Flags Over Georgia, and you keep riding the rides. I've never seen a lawyer so dumb. Never in my life have I seen a lawyer so dumb. Okay, you will never be a Judge Judy. All right, that's it. That's all I got to say for sisters. Right, I thought Mandingo was just a man with a big thing, but I don't know, honey. Apparently that means something else. I'm gonna have to do some research, and I'll let y'all know. Right, Tyler Perry is very predictable, and his writing is very slow, and it is blowing me. Okay, it's blowing me. We spent the whole hour, and I don't even know what happened in the episode. I'm like, sir, this could have been a 15-minute web series with you talking in circles and people asking dumbass questions about nothing. Moving on, let's get to the show that was really on something last night. Okay, let's talk about the encore. But before we do, I want to give a shout out to my Patreons that are in the building. Remember, shout out to my Patreon. Y'all are the real MVPs. I'm going to be trying to do some special things for y'all in this new year because y'all have definitely been riding with me.
If you would like to join my Patreon, it's very simple. All you have to do is go to www.patreon.com/bstokestyling and make your pledge. $5, $10, or $25. Currently, I'm trying to get to 20 Patreons, you guys, so make sure you help me reach my goal by clicking the link down in my description box and joining my Patreon. You do not want to miss out on the early access to my videos.
All right, so let's talk about BET presents the Encore, the newest R&B diva style show from the one and only king of reality TV himself, Carlos King. Okay, last night was good. if you ask me. It was so much drama. So, hey, Nikki Pooh. Nikki Pooh asked, are you going to do a video on versus Eve and Trina? I'm not, because I did not watch it. I did not watch it at all. I'll go and maybe try to find some highlights, but I don't know. It just and I like Eve, and I like Trina, but I wasn't enthused. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, but okay. So the episode starts off with Sita coming up, and she lets everybody know that from now on they're going to have a queen of the house, because y'all know it's 9 women in this house. Okay, so we need some type of order. We need somebody to be like the tiebreaker, because things are in the house are very divided. So this person is supposed to be the person that is able to be the voice of reason, to break any kind, to decide between any kind of squabbles that the girls may have, and to make her royal proclamations. Okay, so they have to vote on who is going to be the queen. So I guess the queen position is going to rotate weekly, and this is the first time. So when Cedar was giving them this assignment, I was already like, oh, Pam. That was my thought. I'm like, oh, Pam should totally be the queen, because Pam seems to be the only one in here who's kind of like neutral. Excuse me. It was kind of like neutral and will work well with all the women. So, okay. They go and they vote. So you already know the big beef in the house is between Aubrey and Keely. So those are really who we are holding to see, like, oh, how the power structures are going to fall. So we had 1 vote for each of the twins, and then we had 1 vote for Aubrey and Keely, and then we had 1 vote for Pam. I'm like, okay. So then we ended up having 2 votes for Aubrey and 2 votes for Pam. So now we know Keely is probably out. And we're trying to see, is it gonna be Pam, or is it gonna be Aubrey? I want it to be Aubrey. I feel like Aubrey is a little divisive, like they said last episode. So I just didn't think it would work well for her being the queen of the house. And she said she didn't want to be the first queen, because the first queen is like the guinea pig. So you don't want to be first, but he who is first shall be last, and last shall be first. So maybe I want to go last, and then I'm the real first one. I don't know. Anyway, Pam ends up being the queen. Let's just say that. She ended up getting, I think, 4 votes. So Pam is now the queen of the house. And one of her royal proclamations is that all 9 of the ladies have to be on at least 3 of the songs. They are all getting ready for this showcase that's going to be happening at the mansion at the end of the this little stay, which is only a month. And so they need to get to work really, really fast. Now, what was confusing to me is that they said there has to be on 3 of the songs, all 9 of them have to be on it. But Keely has already made it clear that she doesn't want to be on any of the songs. She wants to be a creative director. So then the proclamation should have said that 8 of them had to be on 3 of the songs. But we got to stir the drama up, because Keely really doesn't know what she wants to do. She says she wants to be the creative director. However, she keeps inserting herself into the group. We see that in this next scene where they're sitting up at the studio and they're laying the track for like a reggae style song. Now, I wish they would have let us hear the beat of the song so that we could have known what they were singing to, but we were just hearing the ladies and their raw vocals in the booth. So first up was Nivea. And like I said last episode, I thought Nivea sounded nice. Definitely, she was a little shaky, but overall, I feel like she has a really nice tone. Shamari is coming in, giving it to y'all. She is letting y'all know, baby, I still have the vocals. The twins came in. They sounded very nice as well. I like Pam's tone on this song. And then we get to the 702 girls. And let's just call a spade a spade. They are the weak members in the group. And that is in singing and in dancing. So because They are the weak members in the group, honey, the twins. And let me not say the twins, because really it's Fallon. I told y'all last week, Fallon, the one with the straight hair, she's the messy one. Felicia just kind of gets grouped in because they're twins. You know what I'm saying? But Fallon is really the messy one. So the whole time that people were in the booth, Fallon has all of this to say because, you know, she's a part of songwriting. And so I guess you are like, I don't know, we're supposed to listen to you more than anyone else when y'all were just like kind of one-hit wonders. But let me just continue. So she's kind of like giving her 2 cents on, well, Irish, and stop singing from your nose. You need to sing from your diaphragm, which is true. And as a professional singer, I would think that you would know that, but that's neither here nor there. And she's trying to give her pointers, but she's saying it in a very kind of snide and condescending way, which makes the entire like session kind of weird. Also in the session, Keely drops a track. Now she does the song, but she does it in the low octave. Now I'm gonna say this. First things first, I ain't like the shade that Fallon threw when Keely went in there with her low octave singing whatever the little tune was supposed to be. I ain't like that, boo, because not everybody's a soprano. Shout out to my tenors out there. You know what shout out to us. Shout out to us that might be a little bit more in the bass, okay? Ain't nothing wrong. We can still sound nice when we in the booth. We can still hit our low notes, honey. Now, was Keely representing for us? No, she was not. You know, she was not representing for us deeper toned women. But I ain't like the shade of it. And I did think it was weird if you don't want to be on the track, if you don't want to be a part of the group, why go in the booth? And before she went in the booth, she made it a point to say, oh, no, you know, or either when she went in or went out, oh, no, I'm not a part of the group. So, ma'am, why are you here? You know, and so that's causing even more confusion. Excuse me, y'all. I'm so stuffed up. Y'all, I'm sorry. Let me see. So, then what happens? Okay, so after they done sung in the booth and stuff, everybody's kind of sitting. Well, not everybody. So it was Pam, the twins, Aubrey, and Keely. And they're all sitting. I think they were still like in the booth area. They're sitting and they're talking about what's going on, you know, discussing the day. And so Pam is sitting on the couch and Aubrey's sitting on the floor. And Aubrey's like leaned on the couch on top of Pam's legs. And I guess she must have she was leaning on her and she kind of dropped her hand on her or something. And so Pam felt like this was her time to like make things known because Pam said that, you know, in the past, she has messed with women, but she wants to make it clear that she don't do that no more. She is delivered. And she know that things can look differently and optics can be, you know, people can take a story and run with it, and she just don't want that. So, you know, she's not trying to be touchy-feely with none of these women. So the fact that Aubrey was just kind of laying on her and kind of like touched on her leg or something like that, she just was uncomfortable with it. So she wants to make that clear so everybody knows that ain't the path that she lived no more. And so there's no confusion. So everybody in the room was kind of like taken aback. Aubrey was like, oh my God, like that wasn't even what I was trying to do. Like, I ain't trying to get with none of y'all. I'm sorry if you felt that way, but that ain't what I was trying to do. And so Pam, you know, she leaves and she goes upstairs to the other women that were not in the room. And she just makes it clear, you know, I'm just letting y'all know that I just let them know that I don't want to live like that, and I don't live like that, and I hope I'm not like overstepping when I say it, but I had to get it out. And the other women were supportive, saying, you know, speak your truth, sis. Say what you got to say, sis. But downstairs, the other ladies were confusion. They were like, that wasn't even what was happening. And apparently, Keely took personal offense. Now, I was confusion there because I'm like, why are you so upset that she says she don't want to be touched on? So let's just talk about that for a second. Now we have I'm not going to assume that we have all heard the rumors or heard the stories of Pam from Total, but you know, many of us have heard, you know, Pam from Total had messed with women before, and she gives off that kind of air about her that she would dibble and dabble. But her saying that it's her choice to live by the Bible and to put those acts away from her, that's her decision, that's her choice. So Keely was upset because she was saying that, like, how dare you say that you can pray the gay away. I don't know if that was what Pam was saying. What I took from it when Pam said what she said was that I just don't want it to look like, because that's not what I'm doing. And people, especially on the internet, you could take a snapshot of 2 good seconds, and now the story's running that Pam and Aubrey are fooling around, because we know Aubrey likes women. She was on a whole dating show with a man and a woman, so you just don't want to. I think Pam was saying that just to make it clear, make it known. That's not what I'm into. That's not what I'm doing. Even if Aubrey just seems like the type of person who's just like touchy-feely, just kind of be on folks and stuff like that. So I'm sure she didn't mean it that way. I didn't see a problem with what Pam said, personally. Now, Pam choosing to say that, she's delivered from it. If she says she delivered, who am I to tell her that she is or is not? That ain't none of my business. But that wasn't in my opinion, that wasn't for Keely to be all mad about. But we'll talk about that a little bit later because it comes back up. So then they end up having a house meeting, right? So Pam calls everybody because she the queen. She the queen. It's funny because all episode they was like, yes, queen. What would you want to do today, queen? What we gonna do, queen? So the queen calls a house meeting and she sits everybody down. She's like, we just, it's been a little bit of cattiness and I just want to like clear the air because before the queen meeting, this is what caused the queen meeting. Y'all ain't take no notes, so don't judge me. So this is what caused the queen meeting. Everybody's sitting around drinking and stuff, and then we see Keely and Fallon, because I told y'all Fallon is the messy twin. Keely and Fallon, they off to the side and they talking about how weak Irish and what's her name, Mika, the 702 girls, how weak they are. They're weak vocally and they're weak in dancing. And so they're both saying that, it's looking crazy. And Keely had a lot to say. Keely was just like, it wouldn't be right for us to have 2 groups, and one of the groups is Bob, and then the other group looks like Ish, So Keely is going in just as much as Fallon is. Meanwhile, the whole time, Misha is like behind the wall listening. So she gets upset and she runs to Shamari, Nivea, and Pam, and she's upset. She's like, I don't want to work with people who don't want to work with me. And I'm sure this brings up a whole lot more feelings because she's already said that people have seen her as the weaker member, her and Irish as the weaker members of 702. So this is supposed to be like their aha, comeback moment. But in actuality, these women are dogging them too. So she's upset. She kind of wants to leave. So that's what makes them call the queen meeting, right? The royal court meeting. She's holding court. So they go down the whole court and they're trying to like clear the air. And basically, Fallon is like, well, baby, look. All I'm saying is you ain't good at a whole lot, so we don't want you out here looking crazy. You got to be good at something, and we got to figure out what it is. It was really condescending, especially because now Misha, she made a point. She was like, this girl's trying to check me when, baby, I sold more records than you. And that may be true. Yes, 702 definitely were a bigger girl group than Cherish was. But I will say is Cherish, from what we have seen, they can dance and they can sing. So sometimes it ain't about the talent, it's about the marketing and the time in which you're in the industry. But also I think Fallon was dead wrong. This is why girl groups don't work, because you have this kind of cattiness behind the scenes. Everybody doesn't have to be Beyonce, okay? Everybody can't be Beyonce. Everybody can't be the lead singer of the group. Everybody can't be the lead dancer in the group. It's okay if some people aren't as strong as other people. Y'all are all here. I need to be able to work that thing out. Like I said in the last episode, if you're not the greatest dancer, it's the choreographer's job to kind of mesh y'all together so that everybody don't look a fool. If you're not the best singer, then you don't have to hold the riffs on the song, but baby, you can hold a chord in there. You can help harmonize. You don't have to be strong to harmonize. Yes, you got to get out your nose, but whatever. So at this point, the conversation's heated. Side note, what was tickling me during this whole little lemonade squeeze session is that that's what we called it when I was on my different teams. When you have a little powwow like this to get all your issues out, we called it a lemon squeeze. So during this little squeeze royal court session, honey, so you can get all the bitter out so that you can make lemonade. Okay, so they're trying to get all the bitter out. Why they getting all the bitter out? Well, Keely brings up the fact that she felt like Pam's comments were homophobic. Now, Pam didn't talk about nobody else. Pam didn't say that you can't do what you do with who you do it. Pam said, I ain't doing that. That's not what I do anymore. But Keely said, I am bisexual, even though I'm married now, but I feel I've messed with women in the past, and I feel like what you said was homophobic, and I just didn't like that. And Pam didn't really apologize for what she said, and I appreciate that. Keely, this was not about you, boo. This conversation was not about you, boo. Like Pam said what she said, period. That's like people on the internet getting upset was well, if someone says I don't eat meat, well, all I do is eat meat, so how dare you say I don't eat meat? Well, baby, that wasn't nobody talking to you. If it don't apply, let it fly. Pam said what she don't do. She didn't say nothing about what you do or do not do. It doesn't matter. She just said the optics on this for me, I don't want to be associated with that because that's not what I do. Period. And so the ladies checked Keely because they were like, that's a very strong term to say that Pam said something homophobic when she did it, which is something that people do all the time. If you just simply show a disagreement, you could just show that you disagree about something. All of a sudden now you're completely homophobic and everything you do is homophobic, and that's not fair. And so the ladies did stand up for Pam in that instance. And then they decided to go ahead and get on Keely because Keely, why are you here? Why are you here? You're supposed to be the creative director, but we don't have any creative direction, and you want to get all in the booth and sing and stuff. Now, last episode, I was okay with it because I'm like, well, maybe she's just trying to like get a feel with the girls and just kind of be involved and see what's going on. But she's done nothing with the position as of this episode. You've shown them nothing. So the ladies are like, why are you here? You're just taking up space. And this is an ongoing issue with the group. And somewhere in there, Felicia ends up calling Keely a bitch child. It was just like, whoa, Felicia done jumped up and got all upset, honey. It was a whole thing. So they ended up going to commercial and coming back, and it was the next day. I was like, wait, are we done? Are y'all not going to tell us how the meeting ended? Was there any type of resolution? Well, guess what, y'all? There was no resolution. The same issues they started with is the same issues they ended with, apparently. So here it is. It's the next day. And everybody's doing their own thing around the house. Well, Aubrey decided to take it upon herself to create a vision board, like a visual of what she thinks the group should look like. So she got, some different pictures, and she put them together, and she's like, this is kind of the aesthetic. This is kind of the vibe that I think our group should kind of give off. And so I was trying to like understand it because she had pictures of like a multiracial set of women. Looks like they were relaxed and serene, some like in bathrobes. It was just like a different hodgepodge. I guess at the end of the day, it was supposed to be showing how the feelings that we want our audience to get. This is a visual representation of that. how we want to show up, how we want to look strong and independent and all this great stuff. This is what this group is supposed to be. So the twins go and they see Aubrey doing it and they're like, oh, this is great. But do you think that Keely's going to be upset? Because this is what a creative director would do. This is creative direction. And Aubrey was like, you know what? I don't care, because she's had time to do it. And all she's done is walk around the house in her pajamas and drink wine. And we don't have much time left. So let's just get on one accord. So they all come back down to have another meeting. And first of all, Divya comes in there, honey, with her leather suit on and her little African style necklace. She coming there stepping. I was like, okay, Divya. Divya is hilarious to me. I sat up here and I laughed most of the episode by just looking at Divya's reactions to stuff in the background. If y'all was not watching Divya, y'all missed out. She had to say nothing, but was hilarious to me. But anyway, I can't breathe, y'all. I'm gonna have to get off here in a minute. But okay, so they get down and Aubrey gives her presentation of, her vision for the group and how to move forward, and she gives her whole spiel, and everyone seems gassed about it. Everybody's like, yes, this is what we talking about. This is what we should have been doing from day one. Yeah, this is how I should feel. And everybody's excited about it. Well, who's not excited about it? The person whose job this is. Keely is over there like, well, I'm glad that you're finally on board and making little snarky comments, honey. And that was not the time nor the place. Even if you felt some type of way about it, you should have taken it like here's the thing. Here's what you could have done. Since this is your job and you were supposed to have done it, you could now take the groundwork that Aubrey did and run with it. You know what I'm saying? And build upon it. And let's further go into it. All right. So, Aubrey, thank you so much for this vision board. We see what you're saying. So, with that being said, what's the first step we do to make this a reality? Let's go ahead and start brainstorming on what's the next moves. Move the conversation forward. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all only have a month. Y'all have less than a month at this point. So this would have been your time to continue to move the conversation forward instead of making snarky remarks that ended up causing a whole nother argument. Because now you done sat up here and you done brought the morale of the room down. So Nivea was like, well, let's just talk about it, because this is the elephant in the room. Keely, what are you doing? Because this was supposed to be your job. You didn't do that. So why are you here? You say that you don't want to be a part of the group. You don't want to sing with us, but then every chance you get to be a part of the group activities, you're doing them. You're not doing the job that you claim that you're supposed to do. Aubrey's doing it. What is your purpose here? Now, for some reason, I don't understand why they equate being a creative director with being the boss of the group, because I can't remember who said it, but one of them said, like, she came in saying that she was going to be the boss. I don't understand how those two things are related, because that's his own position. And I don't get it. But it is a valid question to ask, what is she going to do? You know what I'm saying? Because a creative director is not the boss of the girl group. It's just trying to lead them. Like Aubrey said, it's about leading them in a direction so that they know what songs to sing, how to translate those songs onto stage, and ultimately how to market that to the consumers. And without those proper steps and those proper guidance, it just looks like this hodgepodge of random girls put together. And Keely gets defensive and she walks off, and honey, all the girls were really going in on her to the point where Felicia, the twin, decided that she was going to stand up for Keely. She was like, you know what? I know what it feels like to be in this group and to feel like everybody's ganging up against y'all. Y'all did that to me and my sister on the first night. So we're not going to do that to Keely now. We just need to end this conversation. And so Keely, instead of even being like, you know what, thank you for at least recognizing that this is just becoming too much, she's like, but you just called me a bitch yesterday. I mean, maybe you were a bitch yesterday, but I'm trying to be nice today. Take it. Be happy with it. Run with it. You know? But that's it. That was pretty much the end of the episode, I think. Yeah, that's all I really want to say about it. I enjoyed Encore. Do I think that these girls are going to get everybody on 3 songs and be able to perform it successfully, honey? It ain't looking good. Y'all might get 1 song out, but it sure ain't looking good that y'all gonna get like an album or a full like hour performance, honey. Because first of all, that's a lot to do with an established group in 1 month, let alone the group that you're trying to form with all these divas is carrying on in 1 month. And then this episode, we done seen y'all waste 3 days of doing nothing. Okay? How much longer to the show? Y'all ain't did a 1-2 step. Y'all ain't finished a song. Nothing. Okay? But I'm enjoying the mess. I'm enjoying seeing the train wreck. I'm gonna watch it every week. So y'all please make sure you come back every week so that we can discuss this show. If you did not watch my review of it last week, go ahead and check that out as well. I actually have a whole playlist now since we started this review. So I have a playlist for Sistas and for the Encore. Next week I will be back again on no, next week I will not be back. Next week I will be in Jamaica. So y'all will get the review at some point. TBD, because I will be in Jamaica. So actually probably the week after, I'll probably do like a double review, and so that'll be 2 videos. 1 video strictly for the 2 episodes of Sistas, and then 1 video strictly for the 2 episodes of the Encore, because I'm gonna be on vacation. I'm not gonna stress myself about getting no videos out, but I love y'all. If y'all miss me and y'all want to see some videos from me, I have over 250 videos on this channel. Pick 3. Pick 3 and watch them. And while you're watching them, make sure you share, comment under them, comment to let me know your thoughts on this video and these shows. And I will see y'all tomorrow, I believe. Yes, tomorrow's Friday. So y'all know we got Finally Be Friday at 4 o'clock. So I will see y'all tomorrow. If you have any things that you want to talk about, make sure you're following me on Instagram and sending me DMs so we can talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. Also follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok, B Stokes Styling. It's B Styling on Twitter, but everything else is B Stokes Styling. And I will see y'all in the next video. Because I got to get off here because I can barely breathe. I'm sitting up here talking through my nose like Irish, okay? All right. Peace.